All right, so I got called out here on a mobile call. I'm using my phone, so the camera hopefully is not too shaky for you. It's a 2013 Chevy Cruze, and she called me and said that she didn't have any heat. And the first thing I tell people when they call me and say that is to check your coolant level and make sure that it's full, because if you have a slow leak or something like that and you're losing coolant, normally the first thing that'll happen is your heater core will get starved for coolant and it won't work. So I asked her to check. I said, oh yeah, it's full. So anyway, I'm out here and checking the coolant level on this. After she told me it was full, I was kind of suspecting maybe a blend door issue or something, but you can see there it's empty. So now I'm leaning more towards a water pump or something like that. The water pump does look a little suspicious, a little suspect. So I'm going to put some coolant in it, and hopefully I can get out of this parking spot here. It's got about 8 inches of snow on. I had to pull off of it. I'm going to put some coolant in it and maybe take it for a little spin and get the thing circulating a little bit and see what we find. My guess is we're going to find... my guess is we will find like a leaking water pump or maybe a water neck, something like that. Hopefully something, nothing too crazy expensive. So anyway, I'm going to fill it up and take it for a spin, and we'll go from there. Brought my scan tool. I thought, well, we'll be looking at blend doors and stuff like that, but I started it up and moved the hot and cold around. It sounded like something was going on behind the dash there, so that kind of eliminates that maybe. So anyway, I'll pick back up once we figure out what's going on. All right, so I'm actually back at the shop now. I put antifreeze or coolant in it and filled it up, and we did get good heat coming back. And I stopped off and popped the hood, and you can't really see it right now, but there was coolant piled up all around here by the water pump, and you can tell it's been leaking right there. So that's what the issue is. It's just getting low on coolant, and then the water pump. Once you get low on coolant, you'll lose your heater core. You'll usually lose your heat pretty quick, and then it's up to you or whoever to figure out why it's losing the coolant. There's several intake gaskets, all kinds of issues, head gaskets, intake gaskets, hoses, whatever. There's all kinds of reasons why. This has got a pretty slow leak, it looks like, but it did use a decent amount of coolant coming about 8 miles back to the shop, so 8 or 9 miles, something like that. So anyway, I'm just going to end this video here. If you have no heat, that's the first thing I always check is the coolant. If that's low, then you have to investigate why it's low. It's not something that's going to be used by a car. If it's low, there's a reason why. And, from there I would check, make sure that the blend doors are working behind the dashboard and all that, but we won't get into that in this video. I'm going to go ahead and make a video on the water pump, a separate video. So if you have one of these engines with the 1.8 and you want to know how to change the water pump, look for that video. It should be posted right after this one or pretty soon after. So anyway, I'm going to end it here. That's the reason why she had no heat. We filled that up and took her for a ride. She had great heat, and we see that the water pump's leaking, so we'll go ahead and fix all that, get her fixed up, and then she'll have heat hopefully for the rest of the winter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, and God bless.